Hi. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience, for joining us live today. I am Kesha L. Hayes, and I am back again. Hope that you all are enjoying your week, and I hope that your week has been a prosperous week. I hope that nobody got on your nerves. I hope that you didn't let anybody get you off your game. I hope that you are steady, focused on the goal at large, okay? Not just the purpose and the goal here on earth, but that ultimate goal that you have once we leave this earth, okay? So thank you so much for watching. My name is Kesha L. Hayes. I am your transformational leader in healthcare, helping you to navigate the healthcare system for you or your loved one. And I'm doing that by motivational speaking, by training the next level healthcare professionals, staff development, coaching, workshops, mentoring, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for being on this live today. I know that I was in Boston the week of July 7th through the 11th, and I told you I was going for Lions International Convention. I had an amazing time. Thank you all for the prayers, for safe travel. So um, I'm back. I met so many different people, and I am getting ready to go on my next adventure, you guys. So I want you all to please pray for me as I go on my journey next week. International, okay? An adventure internationally next week. God is so amazing. I will tell you all about that international trip when I come back. Okay, so thank you all so much for your support, for watching me. Those of you who are back again and you're always here every week, please leave a comment after we start our discussion. Those of you who do not know me watching for the first time, please tell us who you are. Love to meet you. If there's anything I can do to help any of you, please inbox me. Be so happy to be able to support you. Those of you who are watching this in the replay, please use hashtag replay if you're watching at a later time. Thank you so much for being on this live today. Have a few announcements that I need to make. Just want to tell you some good things that are happening with Kesha L. Hayes Unlimited, which consists of professional development and training services, care for aging beauties, nonprofit and home care, and Rena Wellness. Just like Representative Gilda Cobb Hunter said at the House of Representatives when she recognized me, surprisingly, she said that girl has 4 businesses, you guys, 4. So that's nothing but God. So thank God I have been able to accumulate some things over the years. And it hadn't been without adversities, trials, and tribulations, but we keep going and we keep pressing toward the mark and we don't look back, we look forward. Okay, so have a few announcements that I want to make, and I want to share this with you because this is going to really be a game changer to help our students at professional development and training services. I am so excited for this. Right now, when people come to us and they want to be a part of the healthcare industry, we train them to become the next level healthcare professional. When we train them, we sometimes give them, well, all the time we give them a payment option. Okay. And then sometimes we refer them to South Carolina Works, who in turn helps provide training for these students who qualify. And then we have partnerships with other folks as well. You have to meet certain qualifications based on that agency's guidelines, okay? Sometimes people don't meet the qualifications. So we were looking for ways to help our students because the one thing that we want to do when we provide an education to individuals in our community is to be able to get them off of government programming, make sure that they can be self-sufficient and take care of their family. Okay, we want to make them better. And so we have a new announcement tonight that is going to be very positive for our students. So if you can follow me on our website, we have a new payment option. It's a financing option that we have partnered with Meritize. Meritize is an entity that will help provide students with financing options to fund their education. Some of you may have already heard about Meritize, but we're just kicking off this partnership, okay? You can come to our website, and when you come to our website, you can click on financing options or payment options at the top, and you'll see some buttons down at the bottom that will talk to you about what Meritize is, and you'll be able to click on the class that you are wanting to take. If we can go back up and show them Meritize, because we want to stay right there. We got another announcement to make about something further down in the website page. But right now, Meritize is that financing option that we've partnered with that will allow our students to actually apply for a loan, okay, without impacting their credit score. So it'll be a soft pull. You can click on the class that you're wanting to take at our organization, and then it will lead you to the Meritize website. Some people work and don't meet the qualifications to be able to get the assistance to go to school. Some people cannot pay the payment options or the payment plans that we offer right out. So this is a way for you to have someone pay up front for you, and then you pay them back over time. I don't know interest rates and whatnot. That consists of what amount you are applying for. It's all about Meritize's um, limits and their, approval requirements and things of that nature. But I know after research with Meritize, they are partnered with a lot of other schools, a lot of other major schools as well, that do this for their students. So I'm excited that you can come to our website. You can click on the class that you want to apply for. Just know that in our main campus in Lugoff, South Carolina, you can apply for the nurse aide, which is nursing assisting class. You can apply for phlebotomy, EKG. You can apply for clinical medical assistant. And then for the Bishopville campus, our second campus, you can apply for nursing assistant, phlebotomy, and EKG. Yes, we do have a Bishopville location that is in partnership with Adult Ed. We are inside of their building. A lot of our Bishopville students are coming to the Lugoff site. That's a community that we are still trying to market in and trying to get the students to understand and know that we are available there to be able to provide their educational journey. Okay. So if you're wanting to be a part of the healthcare industry, you never have taken a healthcare class before, you've never worked in healthcare, but you want to reskill yourself, you want to get into the industry and have another profession, something flexible, something that you know is a demanding field, we can help do that for you. And not only do we have so many other options, payment plans, entities that are partnered with us that can help you go through a set of qualifications and steps to meet needs for them to pay for this for free. But now you have a way to get a loan and pay it back over time. But what this does, you guys, and this is the part that I'm very excited about, is that if a student happens to not be ready, because if you have repossessions, bankruptcy, and a couple other things on your credit report, you may not be able to pass that hard pull after you do the soft pull and go further in the requirements. But what you can do, you can now talk to us about financial literacy. So we're going to be partnering with someone that Meritize knows and has used over time. Other places that I'm familiar with that can help you get ready. So, what does this do, you guys? This helps not only allow the student to get credit ready for more things than just providing an education to them, but also if they want to get a house or they want to do something else besides education. And so now we're meeting the whole needs of the student. And we've been doing that for 8 years. We didn't just sign a student up in our classes and look at them as a number. We sign them up and we look at them as a whole person that requires so much more. They require us to make sure that they have their basic needs met before we can do anything else. So, this is just another icing on the cake. And I'm just so proud to have Meritize partner with us to give this option to our students to help fund their education. So, all of you who are watching, give us some hearts. Make sure you put some nice comments out there and let us know how proud you are of us. It took a while for us to get this partnership and connection. So, it is really a game changer. And the next partnering source that we're going to talk about, if we go on down further in our website, and you can find this at www.pdtsllc.com. We are now partnered with Palmetto Caregivers. And if you go back up to the middle of our page, Palmetto Caregivers Partnership, I'm so excited about this. Now, this is where, remember when I talked about some weeks ago about how you need to be a legitimate training provider? And what I mean by legitimate is that you need to make sure that you are partnered with the Department of Health and Human Services to be offering these nurse aid classes, and that you are with the South Carolina Commission on Higher Education, especially if you're going to be taking money from self-pay students. You have to have the right licenses, you guys. You got to be legitimate. And the reason why Palmetto Caregivers found me is because I happen to be a training provider that was listed on the right training list, eligible to give training to individuals in our community and abroad so that they can get their nursing assistant license. So, the University of South Carolina, in their College of Nursing department, they have something called Palmetto Caregivers. And I believe Palmetto Caregivers was formed so that they can educate 3,000 people. 3,000 people. It's monies that they received from CDC and DHEC, and those monies was given to Palmetto Caregivers to be able to train individuals to become nursing assistants, okay? And in order for you to become a nursing assistant in the state of South Carolina and in other states, you have to go through an approved training provider. You have to go through an approved training provider. So it goes back to me saying you got to be legitimate. So I wasn't trying to throw shade and say, people were not legitimate. I'm trying to save you from having to pay the cost of giving out certificates and you're not a legitimate school. Plus, I'm trying to educate you and tell you, if you are on the approved training provider list, you can partner with so many different people to get funding for your students so that they can take your classes. And so now I have gotten the attention from Palmetto Caregivers because I was on that list. So what Palmetto Caregivers is going to do, it's going to allow myself, along with other approved training providers, to educate these students to become nursing assistants for free. Somebody say free in the comment. For free. For free. So Palmetto Caregivers is going to pay me, my school, to train these individuals, but the student doesn't have to pay a dime. So if you know anybody that is wanting to take the nursing assistant class, and there is a cap on how many students I can take under this program. Until they tell me I can get more, I'll put that out as well. But right now, we're open to make sure that we can provide this training to individuals who are 18 years and older. 18 years and older. If you come to our website, you can click on those options for Meritize. You can also scroll down and click on that click here button for Palmetto Caregivers Partnership. So Meritize is for all of our programs. That's a loan that you'll pay back over time. And then Palmetto Caregivers Partnership is just for nursing assistant, but that's for free. So I think everybody need to be running to my website right now and trying to click that click here button under Palmetto Caregivers Partnership and get your free nursing assistant training class, okay? And you can go and browse Palmetto Caregivers website so that you can see everything that they need for you to do. But our program is 5 weeks long. It is 5 weeks. The first 3 weeks is hybrid. That means you don't leave your house. That means you're getting your theory portion given to you via an online tool, okay? And you're live with an instructor. Then you spend your 2 weeks, your 40 hours doing your hands-on, okay? That is 5 weeks, Monday through Thursday, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can go to www.keshahayes.com and scroll all the way down and click my other brand, which is the school. And you can go to my website like that. Or you can go straight to the school's website at www.pdtsllc.com and go straight there and click on payment options. You will see Meritize, and then you will also see Palmetto Caregivers. While we still have other payment options like paying half and then paying the other half later, putting some down and paying over time. We also accept veterans education benefits. So if you're military and you want to use your GI Bill, or you are in a different chapter and your parents are letting you use their funds, we do that. We also have the South Carolina Works and the other partnership with Eckerd, where we help you get qualified to go through that as well. And that's for free too, if you qualify. But right now, I want you to make sure that you jump on this. There is no excuse. And like Jennifer said earlier, nobody's going to be left behind. This is a school where we are making sure that everybody from all walks of life are going to be educated. You're going to be educated so that you can become more self-sufficient, so that you can provide for your family. Then you're going to go through getting yourself credit ready if you want the loan, and going through the financial literacy piece, okay? Because just because you don't approve, we're not going to just leave you there hanging. We're going to find other support for you as well, because we're not about the number. Yes, we have to have money for our business to strive and to continue to be in existence, but that's not what you mean to us. You mean something more, okay? Thank you, Avinia. Thank you so much. Please apply, and I appreciate all of your wonderful comments. So I'm telling you, there's no reason for anybody in the state of South Carolina to not have a training class under their belt in healthcare. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. If you want to be in the healthcare industry, you can actually do so. You can call me, and if you're not close to me and you can't drive to our Lugoff campus, I will find a school for you. Okay. So this is not about you coming to my school. I remember saying that before, but this is about you being educated so you can better yourself. Okay. And if I help you, which I will, then God gonna automatically bless me no matter where you go. Okay. So I'm about helping people and serving. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So this is wonderful. Those were my announcements for the school. Meritize, giving our students a way to get a loan, Palmetto caregivers, making sure that they can sign up for nursing assistant classes for free. So, what I'm saying to you all is you got to put in the work. You have to put in the work. I am putting in the work at my school, at all of my businesses. And I have wonderful team members who are helping me put in the work. And so when you put in the work, you get a return on your investment. So you can't expect to get something and you're not putting in anything. Okay. So don't get mad at me when God keep blessing me and you wonder what he doing for me because I'm putting in the work. Now you can't do that. That's not right. So put in the work and let God bless you too. And somebody told me today, stop sleeping on me. You better let God set that alarm clock and wake you up because great things are happening over here with our businesses. When you keep God first and you do people right, I'm telling you, he'll open up the heavens and pour out a blessing. You won't even have room enough to receive. Okay. So do right and right will come back to you. Okay. Before I move any further, I want to give a special shout out to Katie and James Mahoney. They are celebrating their 50th anniversary. I want everybody to say happy anniversary to Katie and James Mahoney. I think that is wonderful that we still have people that are married that long. Okay. And I am so grateful that God has kept them throughout their marriage for them to be able to celebrate 50 years. They are an example to all of us that are looking to be married one day, because I know I am and I know I will. But I'm just saying, happy anniversary to Mama Katie and Papa James Mahoney. So we want to say happy anniversary to them. They are somewhere living it up, and they should be because they deserve it. 50 years, that is amazing. So these are our aging beauties, you guys. Has nothing to do with gender, but it's a person with exemplary wisdom who should be celebrated and valued daily. So these are our aging beauties celebrating their 50th anniversary. So we are so grateful. All right. Now, a couple of more announcements. Okay. This wasn't our major announcement. Our major announcements are over. The Meritize was the first one, Palmetto Caregivers was the second. But I want to give you some dates. So when COVID happened, we did not continue on with our Senior and Caregiver Expo. But that was the expo where we started at the City Arena in Camden, and we brought all these people into the City Arena, and we had everybody there that would provide a resource for our older adults and provide resources for our caregivers. We had a technology lab so they can learn how to get on and off the computer, learn the basic skills about computer. We had massage therapists there giving free massages. People were giving manicures. There was a DJ so people could dance. There were nutritious snacks. There were vendors all around giving resources for our older adults and our caregivers, people doing screenings to make sure that you were good health-wise. So we have continued with Senior Service Day, but we did not have the Senior and Caregiver Expo. So we are ready to announce that the Senior Service Day that we always do every year will continue to happen. The Senior and Caregiver Expo will come back as well. And that all is going to be happening on September the 16th. Okay. So I am so excited to announce the Senior Service Day and Expo 2023. There's going to be a variety of cities taking place in this event. So what that means is that from 8 to 5 on September the 16th, what we're going to be doing is going around to different cities, and we're going to have ambassadors planted in those cities like we do every year. We're going to be in Aiken, we're going to be in Spartanburg, we're going to be in Bishopville, we're going to be in Manning, Orangeburg, Greenville, Lexington, okay, Newberry, Camden, Sumter. So ambassadors who are volunteers, and you can volunteer if you want to be a part of this, they will be in their respective cities paying due diligence, celebrating our older adults, showing them that they matter, spending time with them, showing them social engagement and companionship. We will kick off the day in Camden doing something special that I'll announce at a later date. But in Sumter, that's where our caregiver and senior expo will be. So the senior and caregiver expo will be housed in Sumter. I will tell you the location and who we've partnered with at another date, okay? But keep September 16th on your calendar. Know that we will be back live in person for our Senior Service Day and Expo. Senior Service Day is a governor proclaimed day for the state of South Carolina. It's celebrated, well, it's proclaimed on September the 12th, but we're going to celebrate it on the 16th because it's always good to do it on a weekend, which this is a Saturday, so that we can get more participation, because we need more people to understand that our older adults matter and that they need to be loved on. They paved the way for us, so we want to give back to them. So Senior Service Day and Expo is September the 16th. We're going to be all over the state of South Carolina. Ambassadors or volunteers are going to be in their respective cities doing everything they need to do to pay tribute to our older adults. We're going to kick off the day in Camden with something special. Sumter is going to be where the expo is going to be held, okay? This is going to be a wonderful day dedicated to our older adults. So please, if you want to be a volunteer, reach out to me. If you want to be a sponsor, reach out to me. If you want to be a vendor, reach out to me. There's a cost associated with sponsorship and vendors, of course, but please contact me. Okay, so that's one of our announcements. The next announcement is we are going to have the Making a Difference in You Caregiver Gala like we do every single year. And this is going to be on December the 2nd at 6 p.m. It's going to be back at the same place, Bethesda Presbyterian Church in Camden, South Carolina. I am so grateful for Bethesda Presbyterian Church. They always let us have the gala at their facility, okay? So we're going to have it on December the 2nd at 6 p.m. And I want you to make sure that you are in attendance this year. Everybody knows someone that has a person caring for an older adult or a loved one. So I want you to come and celebrate them at our gala. And I want you to send us some names of people that you think need to be recognized. We're going to have our nominating form sent out closer to time so that you can make sure you nominate someone for our Ultimate Caregiver Award. And we have other awards that evening as well. So we are so excited to announce Senior Service Day and Expo September 16th and our Caregiver Gala on December the 2nd at 6 p.m. So a lot of wonderful things happening in our side of the world, and we want to share them with you. Now, next week, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be international, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to be live. I'm coming to you live internationally, okay? So Thursday of next week, you're going to see me on live at the location that I'm going to be at internationally, okay? So I want you to join in next week to make sure that you are in tune with everything that I'm going to bring you from where I'm going to be coming live from. And yes, that's dedication, because I'm telling you, when I started this live in the beginning, I said, I don't care what happens. I don't care if I'm late. I don't care if I'm running from another meeting. If I'm trying to get things set up, I was not going to stop doing the live consistently. Okay. If I'm preaching consistency to you, I have to live it. Okay. I can't tell you something to do that I'm not doing. So that is what I'm going to do next week. Okay. So I know y'all love this part. I know y'all love me doing my inspiring moments. So I'm going to do that before I end. I just want to say that I hope, like I said in the beginning, that nothing got you off your game this week so far, that you hadn't had any distractions, because I'm telling you, when the devil comes to distract, they get you off track, off your game, and then they've gone on to distract and get somebody else off their game, and you sitting around pouting and mad. I know my pastor always says, don't let nothing get you off your game, because when it does, it gets you in an arena where you're not focused anymore. Okay. And you need to be focused. I also, too, want to share with you what my coach some years ago told me. Her name is Catherine Canty. They call her Katie Canty. She lives in Camden, South Carolina. She's an amazing woman leader. And one time before, she told me to play where no one else is playing. And that has changed my life. Play where no one else is playing. That means don't be trying to be everywhere and do everything that everybody else is doing. Play where no one else is playing. Think where no one else is thinking. Go where no one else is going. Okay. So that is what I've adopted. And because of that, then everything has been opening up. So I want you to be bold, get out your comfort zone, play where no one else is playing, and get yourself out there. Know that you belong and that you deserve. Okay. Also, I want you to not be expecting more with less. You can't be expecting more and you're not putting in the work. You can't have high expectations with low performance. So I need for you to up your performance, okay, in order to get the results that you need. And I also want to share this. And I come to you with notes because I'm not perfect, but I want you to know I study for you guys because I want to bring you something that's going to be impactful, okay? So we know that God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son, okay? For God so loved, 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 he gave, gave. Okay. So remember in your weeks to come that you cannot love without giving. You cannot love without giving. Both love and giving, it plunges you into abundance. Okay. The more you give, the more you receive. But first, in order for you to be able to give and to receive, you have to be positioned right. How many of us know that if we're not in the right position, you cannot receive what you need to receive from God? If you're not in the right position, you cannot receive the abundance that God has for you. Okay. And I want you all to stop talking to people about how to prosper who hadn't prospered yet. Can't nobody show you how to prosper that hadn't prospered themselves. You all are taking advice from folks that hadn't even done what you're trying to do. When you get to a certain level, you cannot hang with just anybody. You can't talk to just anybody. You can't be around anybody. You don't even want to argue with certain people when you get in a different position because you're leveled up. You're going somewhere different. So you got to act different, okay? So that's like some of us telling people to be healthy and they're not healthy. Okay. I love the fact that Evenia, who is located in Camden, she is doing these detox packages. She's doing these fruit trays. She's educating our community about how to live right and how to eat right. And she does that for herself, and she teaches her child to do that. So I'm going to take advice from her because I've seen her practice that. Okay. So remember, you got to be in position and you got to be around the right people. Can't nobody, and yeah, I did use a double negative. They can't show you how to prosper if they hadn't prospered. They can't tell you what to do if they haven't lived it themselves. Okay. But I want you to position yourself to receive what you need to receive. Okay. You cannot be anointed to receive and not be anointed to give. You can't expect everything to be coming to you and you're not putting anything out. You can't be anointed to receive and not be anointed to give. You got to give to receive. Okay. See, God so loved the world that he gave. He wasn't even expecting anything in return. He gave because of what the position that we were in, because he wanted us to save ourselves. So he wanted us to be saved, not save ourselves, because we can't do anything in and of ourselves, but he wanted an avenue for us to be saved, to serve him. We owe him that because he gave us his son. Okay. So we cannot expect to receive something if we're not given. So get in position, because when you get in position, you're going to have the best. I mean, your life is going to acquire the best, because when you're doing things that are good, then the best is coming to you. The overflow is coming to you. That doesn't mean that you're not going to face challenges. Some people think that because you do all the right things, that nothing bad is going to happen to you. I'm here to tell you it will, but it's a test and you got to go through that adversity. Okay. But you'll have a lifestyle of abundance and overflow. Okay. You'll be in excess and surplus. You will not be able to be accommodated by just any old space, because you're going to outgrow everyone that you go in, because things are going to find you. You don't have to chase it. It's going to come to you. Okay. So what I want you to do is understand and know that the whole time you thought you weren't good enough, you were actually overqualified, because God qualified you in the first place. So I want you to remember these key things as you go throughout your week and your weekend, knowing that you cannot expect more by putting in less. You cannot have high expectations with low performance. The same way God loved and gave, I want you to love and give. Okay, they both go hand in hand. Okay, but you got to get in position to receive. And see, if you're not in position, you're not going to receive. You're going to miss out on your blessings and your abundance. And what gets you out of position is when you let people get you off your game, as my pastor would say. Okay, because when they get you off your game and you get distracted, or one time I got pissed off, I got mad. How many people get pissed off during the week? I'm only using that term because I remember saying that to somebody. I was like, he pissed me off. And I don't need to be saying that, because I don't need to be getting pissed off when I say I have the love of God in me. Now, I'm not saying we're not supposed to be human and things won't upset us. But if I'm always pissed off, what am I really letting God use me the way that I need for him to use me? No. Okay. So you can't be getting off your game and getting mad and expect things to happen to you, because you're not in position. Your mind is not even in the right frame. Okay. And you're not able to even focus on what's in front of you, because you're looking at everything else that's negative. Okay. So I want you to position yourself rightfully, and then I want you to get around people that are going where you're going, that are building you up, that are pouring into you as much as you're pouring into them. Okay. And just know that you belong. You belong in the room. You belong wherever it is, at that table, in that seat. Some of you this week was doubting yourself. Some of you this week were thinking to yourself, do I really belong here? Is God really going to give me this? Am I really qualified for that? And you've been doubting yourself, especially because of past things that you've done, mistakes that you've made. But let me tell you, God can heal all things, He can remove all things, He can make all things new. He can restore. He can do everything but fail. So I want you to know that you are boldly inspired. You are unique. You are powerful. You are everything that you tell yourself. And you got to tell yourself things that are positive. And I want you to get up, and I want you to finish this week strong. And I want you to go into the other weeks knowing that you got this. You can do this, okay? And that you are going to make a difference in whatever regard it is that you are out here in this community serving in, okay? So don't let anybody tell you that you're not qualified, because you're overqualified. Don't let nobody tell you that you're nothing, because you're everything, okay? All right, so it was a pleasure having this conversation with you. I'm so glad you tuned in to let me know that you care about what it was that I was getting ready to announce today. Some of you have gotten you an avenue for you to take a class that will help you be a part of the healthcare industry. And some of you have gotten an inspiring moment. If you are watching this in the replay, please use hashtag replay. Make sure if you're new to the live, you write your name and tell us where you're from. Tell us if you like what we're talking about. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Kesha L. Hayes 1908. Thank you all so much. Johnny Goodwin, I love you. That's my classmate. We graduated in 1995. And I'm going to see you all next week internationally. Okay? Thank you all so much. And I'm telling you, if nobody don't watch this live, I know my mama gonna watch this live, and I know my bonus parents gonna watch this live, and I know my Bestie Tiffany gonna be on this live. But that doesn't mean that I don't have any other special people that are on this live tonight. You all are showing up and showing out, and I appreciate this. Whether you're watching it live or in the replay, you don't know how much this is really, really making me feel. Okay? So I love all of you. Until next time, internationally, I will see you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend. And remember, please put in the work to expect more. Put in the work to expect more. Okay? I'll see you all next week.